My dad was a contractor and was in the construction industry his whole career. And he used to give me a great expression many years ago. I might have shared it with you or at least a small portion of your audience in the past. But he said, when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And at the time, I'm sure I was younger and that didn't really resonate with me a lot. I'm like, what the heck's he talking about? Okay. But it means for good or bad, when there's something we do or that we represent or that we specialize in or that we offer, we tend to say that means what we're doing is what's best for everybody. Okay. We could look at the medical industry, right? Before we get into the financial industry. I think there are a lot of uh, various products, solutions, methodologies in the medical space that benefit people. Okay. And I believe in integrative medicine. I think there's a place for traditional medicine, drugs and surgery, and also a holistic approach, right? I think that integrated medical position is very balanced. On the other hand, I believe that chiropractors play a role in that. I think kinesiologists do. I could go on and on. I think they all have their proper place for the right person, the right situation. However, it is the natural human instinct. And everybody that's listening to this knows because they've experienced this in their own lives, right? And I have a lot of respect for chiropractors. But let's be fair, if somebody is a chiropractor and that is their primary, their singular focus in this space, they're going to understandably convince you that 90% of your problems are because you have subluxation, you get your back adjusted. Okay. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying when that's the view, this is what I do. So I've got to convince you that this is the solution. Again, anybody's a chiropractor, don't please take offense that I'm just using an example. Okay. If you're dealing with a traditional doctor whose primary focus is drugs and surgery, well, their first go-to perspective is going to be that you need this drug or we need to cut this X, Y, and Z out of your body. And there very well may be a place for that. Well, the problem is our industry has become largely the same. And this is a human behavioral thing, right? There's a lot of psychology that goes in to business, to sales, and being a consumer. I will tell you, I take a much more reality check approach to the psychology of what makes us do or not do what we should do, right? It's not all math. And I'm going to say this, especially for the men watching this, okay? People make decisions emotionally. They largely justify them logically. Now, you're going to get men that are going to say, oh, I'm not emotional. I don't make emotional decisions. Yes, you do. It might be ego. It might be pride, a different type of emotion. But we still tend to make them based on those perceptions we have, that experience we have. Now, what does that have to do with the mortgage industry or the refinance space?